very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining in. This is Newsline on Melody 100.7 FM. This beautiful Monday, the very last Monday in the month of January, 26th day in the month, 2026. In the headlines, Tinubu leaves for Turkey on a state visit today. Suspected kidnappers kill police inspector during a rescue operation in Oyo. Media practitioners urge to prioritize veracity and fact-checking. Second death in Minneapolis raids rams up pressure on Trump. And on the foreign scene, Nigeria dominates the sports scene. Nigeria dominates IFFH's Women African 11 for 2025. Details shortly. Thank you for being with us. And now the news in detail. My name is Priti Adegoke. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will depart Abuja today for a visit to the Republic of Turkey. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, revealed this in a statement he signed on his official handle yesterday, which was titled President Tinubu to undertake state visit to Turkey. Onanuga said the visit is aimed at strengthening the existing cordial relationships between the two countries and exploring further areas of cooperation in security, education, social development, and innovation and aviation. It also reciprocates an earlier state visit to Nigeria by the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan from October 19 to 20, 2021. The Oyo State Police Command yesterday confirmed the killing of a police inspector while a team of police officers were trying to rescue a kidnapped victim, Haruna Lawal, at Olonda village, Ojongbodu, in the Oyo West local government area of the state. A released statement by the State Police Public Relations Officer Olayinka Ayalade said the assailant abducted Lawal and escaped with his motorcycle to an unknown destination. Ayalade added that the kidnapped victim, Lawal, also sustained a head injury during the attack. He explained that the victim was quickly rushed to the General Hospital in Oyo Town, where he is currently receiving appropriate medical attention. Media practitioners have been advised to always inquire, verify, investigate, and authenticate reports before publication of broadcast. Speaking at a special one-year anniversary Jumat service organized on Friday in honor of Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, the Chief Imam of Yusrola Central Mosque, Bashor Ibadan, Alhaji Adisa Idris Olosho, popularly known as Ashiri, emphasized the need for journalists to see themselves as the mirror of society. He urged them to remain committed to disseminating accurate information at all times to maintain public confidence in their respective media houses. Our staff reporter, Kudira Hakim Apankpa, was there and has this report.
I joined the millions of people to congratulate Melody FM for their 1-year anniversary. What they are doing is a good job, and is a job that Allah has ordained, and he even mentioned in a particular verse in the Holy Quran chapter 49, Surah Al-Hujurat, verse 6 of that surah, where Allah was saying, "O you who have believed, if there comes to you a disobedient one with information, investigate, lest you harm a people out of ignorance and become over what you have done regretful." So that is the purpose of this job. When you are having that information, you need to investigate, know the credibility of the story, so that the public will rely so much on you that whatever comes out of your station is nothing but the truth. And that I want to urge you, and you have been doing well, wonderfully well, and I thank God for your station and the owner and all the staffs of that station. We have a very good relationship with our mosque here, Yusuf Muslim Society of Nigeria. I am Imam Adisa Idris Olosho, popularly known as Ashiri. So I bless you, and I pray to God that by your next anniversary, we shall all be together to give thanks to Almighty Allah.
In his response, the general manager of Melody 100.7 FM, Mr. Eniola Afolabi, commended Yusrullah Central Mosque for being the first religious body to patronize the organization. He expressed deep appreciation for the confidence reposed in the station and promised that the management would never jeopardize that trust or let their partners down in any way. The first anniversary Jummah service of Melody 100.7 FM was held at the mosque on Friday. You're listening to Newsline on Melody 100.7 FM. The news returns after the short break. Please stay with us.
Melody FM 100.7. láàrin ọdún kan tó dé ló ti gbalẹ̀ gbogbo gba gbogbo lẹ́kílẹ̀ Melody 100.7 FM. ìlú ti Fọlá fi ṣayẹyẹ ọdún kan lọ́jọ́ Thursday ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kìíní ọdún 2026 Thursday 29 January 2026 látàgò mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ 9 a.m. ayẹyẹ ọdún kẹlẹ́ ìmọ̀ ṣara ọ̀tọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn side attraction lóríṣiríṣi Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma máa gbé wa débẹ̀ kan lù sí wa níbàdí ṣeré fún wa yóò.
alájò proprietor mi pass sáwẹ́sẹ̀ o káṣíṣà mọ́ni ló gbèdé everybody ẹ̀ mú jọ.
Chairman of the occasion, Ambassador Dr. Yemi Farobi, distinguished guest of honor, His Excellency Engineer Lucy Abiodun Makinde, Gómìnà Ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, special guest of honor, Mogaji Wole Arishikola, Dr. Adewale Kolapokari, Barrister Akeem Agbaje, Dr. Niya Borisade, guest of honor, Prince Dr. Oyelade, Commissioner for Information, Oyo State, Mr. Idowu Ajanaku, Commissioner for Information, Ondo State, Mr. Femi Adesina, spokesman for former President Muhammadu Buhari, the guest lecturer, nígbàtí Professor Samuel Adebayo Ojuwapa Authority, gbangba gbogbo èèyàn lálejò, ayẹyẹ ọdún kan lè ṣe rédíò Melody 100.7 FM, ọjọ́ Thursday 29 January 2026, Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunleshi opposite UCH Ibadan, láti pàdé ọ̀fẹ́ ní tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fún gbogbo èèyàn láti wọlé, láti pẹ̀lú wa celebrate, tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ti wà ní Melody House, number 2, MB Mapadero Street, Bode wa Semiba Shoro Ibadan. Melody 100.7 FM tó gbé wa débẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wa náà celebrate. Melody FM 100.7.
Thank you very much for being with us. Still Newsline on Melody 100.7 FM. And now the rest of the news. In business, power distribution companies have expressed doubt over the directive by the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, that prepaid meters must be free for all categories of customers. Operators who spoke with the newsmen and anonymously due to the sensitivity of the matter said the minister made only a political statement without considering the input of other stakeholders, especially the installers and meter providers. Last Thursday, the federal government banned electricity distribution companies and installers from collecting any form of payment for meters, warning that discos officials and installers found extorting customers will be prosecuted. Adelabu issued the warning during an on-site inspection of newly imported smart meters at APM terminals at Papa, Lagos. Adelabu said the meters were procured under the World Bank funded distribution sector recovery program and must be installed for customers free of charge, stressing that any demand for money will be treated as an offense. However, the disco operators who spoke with newsmen said the meter tagged as free, but the federal government will still be paid for by the discos within a period of 10 years. The operator said the discos cannot be the ones paying for installation, considering why the government wants them to bear the cost of installation. And now to the foreign scene, the Trump administration is facing intensifying pressure over its mass immigration crackdown in Minneapolis after federal agents shot dead a second U.S. citizen and graphic cell phone footage again contradicted officials' immediate description of the incident. Federal agents on Saturday morning shot and killed Alex Perty, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, while scuffling with him on an icy roadway in the Mid-Southern city less than 3 weeks after an immigration officer fired on Rene Good, also 37, killing him in the car. The Trump administration quickly claimed that Pretty had intended to harm the federal agent as it did after Go's death, pointing to a pistol it said was discovered on him. In entertainment, Olakunle Churchill, the former husband of actress Tontudike, has confirmed that they have reconciled a decade after their highly publicized and bitter divorce. Reports indicate that Tontudike announced the reconciliation, describing it as a closure to their 10 years of public dispute. Responding to her post on his Instagram page yesterday, Churchill stated that the conflict is behind them. He admitted to being surprised about the development after years of estrangement from their son, but clarified that the reconciliation is strictly for co-parenting purpose and not a romantic reunion. Dike, who was said to have separated from Churchill less than 2 years in their marriage, officially confirmed their divorce in July 2017, citing allegations of infidelity and domestic abuse. Since their controversial split, both parties have frequently clashed on social media. Finally, on sport news, Nigeria footballers dominated the International Federation of Football History and Statistics, IFFHS Women's African 11, with 4 Super Falcons players making the continental best team. Unveiled as the IFFHS Women's CAF Team of the Year for 2025, the selection includes the goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie, defenders Michelle Alozie, Ashley Plumtyre, and midfielders Christine Uchebe and Rashidat Ajibade, further emphasizing Nigeria's strong presence in African women's football. Nadozie was chosen to man the goal, a nod for her status as one of Africa's top goalkeepers following impressive displays for Nigeria, as well as her club career with Paris FC and Brighton and Hove Albion, where she has combined excellence shot stopping with leadership. The midfield sees Uchebe anchoring the team defensively, while Ajibade has attacking flair and creativity, forming a well-rounded unit with Morocco's Shizlane Chebak, the 2025 African Women's Player of the Year. According to the IFFHS, the team is a forward-looking selection for 2025 rather than a reward for past achievements, based on statistical data and expert evaluation of performances at both club and international levels. And that wraps it up on our Newsline for today. But before we go, the recap. We told you that President Tinubu is to leave Nigeria today for a state visit to Turkey. Suspected kidnappers have killed police inspector during a rescue operation in Oyo. Media practitioners have been urged to prioritize veracity and fact-checking. Second death in Minneapolis is causing a raise around in wrapping up pressure on Donald Trump in America. That's on the foreign scene. And on sport, we told you that Nigeria has dominated IFFHS Women's African 11 for the year 2025. And that's it on the news at this period on Melody 100.7 FM. Kindly join us on all our social media platforms for more news stories and excellent programming. The news was compiled and produced by Kudirat Akima Pampa and Bobola Egunfemi. It was edited by Itayo Ulushola. My name is Pretty Adegoke. Thank you for listening. Do stay tuned for the translated version. Good afternoon.
100.7
Melody 100.7 FM. Stay cool with Melody.
100.7
Melody
100.7
àwa lára tí gbénú ọmọ alára dábírà.
ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM àwa gangan lára. ìròyìn ní ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn.
káàsán àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn la mú wá sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín láti ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Ọlábísí Ọládìméjì lóníròyìn. Ṣáájú ẹ̀gbọ́ kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn. Ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Turkey. Afurasí ajínigbé ṣe ikú pa ọlọ́pàá kan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Wọ́n rọ àwọn oníròyìn kí wọ́n máa mọ̀ dájú ìròyìn kó tó di wípé wọ́n ó sọ. Ìròyìn ọ̀hún rèé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kúrò ní ìlú Àbújá lónìí ọjọ́ Ajé Monday láti lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí Republic of Turkey. Ẹni tí ó jẹ́ olùbádámọ̀ràn sí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìròyìn àti ìlànà àǹtọ̀ Báyọ̀ Ọ̀nànúgà òun náà ló sọ eléyìí di mímọ̀ nínú àtẹ̀jáde tó fi síta ní ọjọ́ Àìkú Sunday níbi tí ó ti kọ àkọlé rẹ̀ wípé ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yóò ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí Turkey. Ọ̀nànúgà òun náà ló sọ eléyìí wípé àbẹ̀wò eléyìí tí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó ṣe sí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí òun náà ló ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú bí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé bí ó ṣe gúnmọ́ sí pàápàá jùlọ bí ìbáṣepọ̀ tó dán mọ́rán bí ó ṣe wà láàrin orílẹ̀-èdè méjèèjì pàápàá jùlọ ìbáṣepọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ààbò ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ìdàgbàsókè àti ìgbòkègbodò ọkọ̀ òfurufú. Wọ́n ní eléyìí ló wáyé o láti dá ohun tí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Turkey Recep Tayyip Erdogan tó ṣe ní ọjọ́ 19 oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 tó ṣe sí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní ọjọ́ Àìkú Sunday náà ni wọ́n ti fi ìdí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó gbẹ̀mí ọlọ́pàá kan wọ́n ti fi ìdí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún múlẹ̀ wípé ní ìgbà tí ikọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá tí wọ́n ń gbìyànjú láti dóòlà ẹni tí wọ́n jí gbé ìyún Haruna Lawal ní agbègbè Ọlọ́rundá ní Òjòǹgbòdò ní Ọ̀yọ́ West níjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ West ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde tí ẹni tí ó jẹ́ alukoro fún iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá Ọláyínká Àyànládé tó fi síta òun náà ni ó ní àwọn jàǹdùkú èyí tí wọ́n jí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Lawal ọ̀hún gbé òun náà ni wọ́n jí gbé sá lọ pẹ̀lú ọ̀kadà rẹ̀ lọ síbi tí ẹnìkankan ò mọ̀. Àyànládé òun náà ló ṣàfikún wípé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìjínigbé yìí òun náà ni ó fà á tí Lawal tí ó fi ṣèṣe lórí. Ó ṣàlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ síwájú wípé ẹni tí wọ́n jí gbé ọ̀hún ìyún Lawal náà ni wọ́n ti gbé lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn tìjọba tó wà ní ìlú Ọ̀yọ́ níbi tó ti ń gba ìtọ́jú tó péye. Wọ́n ti rọ àwọn oníròyìn wípé kí wọ́n máa wádìí ọ̀rọ̀ eléyìí tí wọ́n bá rí kó tó di wípé wọ́n máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n sì mọ̀ ṣe ìwádìí wọn kó tó di wípé wọ́n mọ̀ fi àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún léde. Òun náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ yìí òun náà ló wáyé níbi ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ayẹyẹ àyájọ́ ọdún kan ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn eléyìí tí ó wáyé ní Newsline Central Mosque Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn níbi tí ìmáàmù àgbà Alhaji Adisa Idris Ọlọ́ṣọ́ tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn mọ̀ sí Àṣírí tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó sì ń bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ níbi ayẹyẹ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ àyájọ́ ọdún ọ̀hún. Ibẹ̀ ló ti rọ àwọn oníròyìn wípé kí wọ́n dákun kí wọ́n mọ̀ ṣe ìwádìí gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n bá gbọ́ kó tó di wípé wọ́n mọ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn nítorí wípé àwọn èèyàn ní ìgbàgbọ́ tó kún nínú wọn. Ẹni tí ó jẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ Melody Kudrat Akeem Apampa òun náà ló fi ìròyìn ọ̀hún síta nínú ìdáhùn sí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún. Òun náà ni ẹni tí ó jẹ́ ọ̀gá àgbà fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ Melody 100.7 FM ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ẹniọlá Afọlábí ló ti gbé òṣùbà káre fún mọ́ṣáláṣí Newsline Central Mosque wípé wọ́n jẹ́ ilé ìjọsìn àkọ́kọ́ èyí tó kọ́kọ́ bá ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn dòwò pọ̀. Ó fi ìdùnnú rẹ̀ hàn tó sì dúpẹ́ gidi wípé wọ́n ní ìgboyà kíkún nínú iléeṣẹ́ Melody 100.7 FM. Ó sì ṣe ìlérí fún wọn wípé iléeṣẹ́ Melody 100.7 FM òun náà ni kò ní ta ìgbàgbọ́ tí àwọn èèyàn ní nínú rẹ̀ dànù. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ayẹyẹ àyájọ́ ọdún kan Melody 100.7 FM eléyìí tí wọ́n ṣe ní mọ́ṣáláṣí Jimoh Newsline Central Mosque òun náà ló wáyé ní Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn. Àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn olùlẹ́gbọ́ yìí níkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn.
darapọ̀ mọ́ ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM. láàrin ọdún kan tó dé ló ti gbalẹ̀ gbogbo lẹ́kílẹ̀ Melody 100.7 FM. ìlú ti Fọlá fi ṣayẹyẹ ọdún kan lọ́jọ́ Thursday ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kìíní ọdún 2026 Thursday 29 January 2026 látàgò mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ 9 a.m. ayẹyẹ ọdún kẹlẹ́ ìmọ̀ ṣara ọ̀tọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn side attraction lóríṣiríṣi Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma máa gbé wa débẹ̀ kan lù sí wa níbàdí ṣeré fún wa yóò.
Àlàlù proprietor mi boss sáwẹ́sẹ̀ o káàtúntà money ló gbèdé everybody ẹ̀ mú jọ.
Chairman of the occasion, Ambassador Dr. Yemi Farobi, distinguished guest of honor, His Excellency Engineer Adesoye Adenike, Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, special guest of honor, Mogaji Wole Arishikola, Dr. Adewale Kọ́lápọ̀kárí, Barrister Akeem Agbaje, Dr. Niyi Aborisade, guest of honor, Prince Dr. Oyelade, Commissioner for Information, Oyo State, Mr. Idowu Ajanaku, Commissioner for Information, Ondo State, Mr. Femi Adesina, spokesman for former President Muhammadu Buhari, the guest lecturer, nígbàtí Professor Samuel Adebayo Ojuwapa Authority, gbangba gbogbo èèyàn lálejò, ayẹyẹ ọdún kan lè ṣe rédíò Melody 100.7 FM, ọjọ́ Thursday 29 January 2026, Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunlesi opposite UCH Ìbàdàn ó ti pàdé ọ̀fẹ́ ní tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fún gbogbo èèyàn láti wọlé láti pẹ̀lú wa celebrate tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ti wà ní Melody House number 2 MBA Mapadero Street Bòde wá sẹ́mibà sọ̀rọ̀ Ìbàdàn Melody 100.7 FM tó ń gbé wa débẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà celebrate yẹ. darapọ̀ mọ́ ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM.
ẹ káàbọ̀ padà àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú níkànnì Melody 100.7 Ìbàdàn ní báyìí ìròyìn ní ẹ̀ka okòwò ilé-iṣẹ́ tó ń pín iná lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà òun náà ni wọ́n ti fi àìdùnnú wọn hàn lórí àṣẹ tó jáde láti ọ́fíìsì ẹni tó jẹ́ mínísítà fún agbára Adébáyọ̀ Adélabú wípé kí wọ́n mọ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn ní mítà lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ ilé-iṣẹ́ àpínná ọ̀hún náà ni wọ́n bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n sì fi orúkọ bo ara wọn láṣìírí torí bí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún bó ṣe lágbára tó. Wọ́n ní mínísítà òun náà ni ó kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa lórí òṣèlú òun náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ ló dá lé lórí. Ó ní kò tiẹ̀ ro ti àwọn tí wọ́n ó lọ fi iná ọ̀hún tí wọ́n ó lọ fi sí ilé àwọn èèyàn àti àwọn nǹkan míì eléyìí tó rọ̀ mọ́. Ní ọjọ́bọ̀ Thursday òun náà ni ìjọba àpapọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà ló gbégilé kí àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ àpínná lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà kí wọ́n mọ̀ gba owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ fún wọn ní mítà. Wọ́n sì kìlọ̀ fún ilé-iṣẹ́ àpínná lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà wípé wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ fi mítà ọ̀hún gba owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn ní tìbútòrò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Adélabú náà ló kìlọ̀ ọ̀hún nígbà tí ó lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí ibi tí wọ́n kó mítà ọ̀hún tó dé sí ní Àpápá ní ìlú Èkó. Adélabú ní mítà yìí òun náà ní Báńkì Àgbáyé ó ní wọ́n ti san owó rẹ̀. Ó nítorí ìdí èyí kí ilé-iṣẹ́ àpínná lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kí wọ́n mọ̀ fún àwọn èèyàn ní tìbútòrò orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láláì gba owó kankan lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ nígbà tí ilé-iṣẹ́ àpínná àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ilé-iṣẹ́ àpínná tí wọ́n bá àwọn oníròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ ó ní wọ́n ní mítà ọ̀hún níṣe ni wọ́n sọ wípé ọ̀fẹ́ ni ìjọba àpapọ̀ sọ wípé ọ̀fẹ́ ni wọ́n ní àmọ́ àwọn nǹkan míì eléyìí tí ó so mọ́ kì í ṣe ọ̀fẹ́. Wọ́n nítorí ìdí èyí wọ́n kò rojú sí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún tó jáde láti ilé-iṣẹ́ ìjọba lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Kò ní jù báyìí lọ láti inú ìwé ìròyìn lórí àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn fún tọ̀sán tòní. Àmọ́ kí n tó máa lọ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn tá a mú wá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kúrò ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lọ sí Republic of Turkey lónìí. Afurasí ajínigbé ṣekú pa ọlọ́pàá kan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Wọ́n rọ àwọn oníròyìn kí wọ́n mọ̀ àmọ̀dájú kó tó di wípé wọ́n mọ̀ sọ ìròyìn ọ̀hún fáwọn èèyàn. èyí ló pin àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn fún tọ̀sán tòní níkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Ẹ má gbàgbé láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí gbogbo àwọn ìtàkùn ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ wa gbogbo at Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Kudirat Hakeem Àpáńpá àti Bọ́bọ́lá Ayégúnfẹ́mi ló ṣe àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn yìí. Èyítáyọ̀ Olúṣọlá lólóòtú ìròyìn. Ọlábísí Ọládìméjì ló mú ìròyìn ọ̀hún wá sí